In the previous video, we discussed about the political constraints, benefits of good governance, and highlights the importance of data-driven governance. Welcome to our discussion on the third chapter, which are the key actors, the bureaucracy's burden. This chapter explores the understanding and challenges of bureaucracy, systemic weaknesses of bureaucracy, and discuss the solution for how to release the bureaucracy burden. In this book, Dr. Muralidharan observed the challenges by explaining the strength of the state capacity to improve the effectiveness of the bureaucracy, providing more importance to the political representatives with the association of executive branch, bringing the transformation in delivery process to serve all the citizens. To remove the deficiency of bureaucracy, mission mode strategy is introduced to invest in the capacity building, to announce the basis public services, and solving the specific problems to achieve goals and deadlines. According to Dr. Muralidharan, shortcomings of bureaucracy construct by the fact politicians concentrate on spending public funds and neglect the long-term investment to preserve the state capacity. Amalgamation of political leaders and bureaucracy is an essential factor to design the better policies. However, author also talks about the achievement of bureaucracy by maintaining the process, world's largest census strategy, and COVID-19 vaccination campaigns. Making the efficient service system, frontline workers are appointed for providing the better service delivery in the fields such as education, health, and public safety. Dr. Muralidharan emphasizes on the vitality of all India services for making the better Indian bureaucratic system. Policy making and implementation role are essential factor for running the bureaucratic system smoothly. State level bureaucracy works on 3 levels and fulfilling the service delivery for the citizens. Dr. Muralidharan frames the shortage of staff as a major issue confronted by the Indians' administrative delivery services. Different states has observed the scarcity of teaching staff concluded as obstacle for public service mechanism. Managerial levels severely impacted by the shortage of staff. However, bureaucratic system is debilitated. Correlate the challenges that constantly impacting the service delivery. Dr. Muralidharan highlights poor accountability adversely affect the condition of low staff in existing scenario. Frontline workers are playing vital role in providing service delivery to the nation. Bureaucratic accountability is affecting the administrative system, also hinders the system delivery mechanism in rural India. Excessive use of paperwork impact the officer's autonomy and ability to exercise decision making at the workplace. According to the author, job satisfaction at the workplace created by having autonomy at the job and making healthy environment of opportunity. In India, different dimensions depict government employees holds less engagement with the communities. Qualified government officials choose to live in urban areas with facilities. This system creates the weak connection between the different communities and government employees to provide the services in the different parts of the country. To understand the contemporary scenario of bureaucracy in the different fields like political, economic, judicial, and institutional, weaken the administrative machinery. In this section, author has mentioned the structure how to cope with constraints of bureaucracy. During the colonial period, railway projects considered prominent for welfare of the state. extracting revenue from economic activities to maintain law and order. Many factors are responsible for political problems, such as ineffective political investment in public system, affect the system of bureaucracy. Underinvestment in capacity building of state is an issue faced by the bureaucracy. Personnel corruption is another constraint of bureaucracy. To improve the market efficiency, bureaucratic performance market test introduced to implement the system. Ineffective management of PSUs focused only on paying remuneration. Dr. Muralidharan provides significance to judicial review in solving the government personnel issues. This system works as safeguard against the misconduct of administrative and political rules and procedure. Institutionalized risk aversion of bureaucracy lead to have the institutional incentives as rewards which are limited and depends on seniority, not on the performance. The bureaucracy's work can be inherently more challenging. The inherent challenge of bureaucracy based on the selection bias is a process which provides full accountability to the government for serving all the citizens. Indian state has a significant impact on the administration and fiscal level to increase the capacity building. Due to the universal franchise democracy, India has high of voting power. The idea of state and chronic underinvestment of state capacity is constantly hinder the administrative and fiscal strength. Bureaucratic self-interest. Bureaucrats are involved in the self-indulgence while neglect the significance of governance to provide services to the citizens. To ease the burden of the stress from the bureaucracy, author highlights two parts to improve the efficiency of bureaucracy. Political action is implemented to enhancing the functioning of the bureaucracy. In this regard, personnel management is introduced by the bureaucrats and supported by the political representatives. Dr. Muralidharan mentioned the importance of accurate data records for good governance and get re-elected. There is a tough conflict between politicians and bureaucrats. Lack of coordination is the reason to invest more in reviving the system. Dr. Muralidharan mentioned if rectification for corruption in different methods of recoupment is easy, then it creates the inaccuracy at the bureaucratic level. At personnel level, corruption weakens the foundation of the state, reflecting the negative consequences on the personnel level. Strengthen the bureaucratic system. It is important to stabilize the tenure of government staff for making reflective policy as well as implementing them. Increase the autonomy on the process and accountability for outcomes. Enhancing the effectiveness of bureaucracy. Increasing the autonomy is crucial, at the same time make them accountable for better consequences. Data-driven governance can effectively influence and enhance the bureaucratic strength at all levels. Politicians need to invest in different sectors to making the more accountable performance system. In this book, different ideas for improving the personnel management need to implement the better service delivery mechanism to uplift the effectiveness of the bureaucracy. Bureaucratic accountability enhance the capacity as well as autonomy in the administrative reforms. Releasing the bureaucratic burden and strong public service system required to maintain the authenticity of bureaucracy. Neglecting the investment in state capacity is a disadvantage to achieve broad-based benefits to enhance the efficiency of state capacity. To increase the effectiveness of bureaucracy, it is required to prioritizing investment for state capacity. Structure a roadmap for cost-effective strategy and evidence-driven perception bring effective results. Dr. Muralidharan built the link between private interests of politicians and enhanced the public interest. In the next chapter, we will discuss about how to build effective state and use the data and outcomes of the management.